I'm not videoing your faces, just so you know.
He looks good. But you touch him.
That's funny.
I don't like all
Does he get any better the more you touch him at all?
This is the first time I've had this rabbit sit like
I
this.
see all the whites now.
As long as you don't touch him anymore.
That's funny. Oh. Is that okay? I'm done.
You're alright, buddy. You're alright. You're alright. You're okay.
Is this one the dinner bunny?
Yeah, she's going back to Kim.
Oh. Who is that?
That's Yeehaw.
Oh.
The crazy one.
She's got some nice depth.
He really does.
But if you touch him,
He gets...
woo!
He says, don't touch me.
Does he have good shoulders? And I'm just asking because I don't know.
I think I'd be a little bit better, I think. But it's
Could
also
be wider?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want that
But
to be
he's
wider.
being squirrely too.
Yeah. I mean, he's got his back feet too far up under him now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because my questions are just because I'm trying to learn, not
But I
because
mean,
I'm...
now he's squished himself up too much.
Yeah.
He's also super rough.
Yeah, these... A lot of them have been kind of going off feed. I think
See?
I've been freaking him out.
He's just a tad long there. Right there, you can see it. Oh, I see it. And no matter how much I put him correct, and he's correct on this side, so even if he's not on that side. I see the little dip. Just a little bit. How old is he now? Yeah, and the longer he sits, the more it sinks. Look at
1 year, 6 days.
Okay, so he's done lengthening at least, so you know he's at the max he's going to do for that. Got a nice butt. Dude's got the butt.
He does.
He's got the butt. Nice loin fill. Little, just a tiny shading. But even then, he's got the color correct enough that it doesn't make it look worse than it is. Very mailbox, very modern.
He's getting ready to mold.
Yeah, very mailbox mold, very modern. Very short coupled buck. Yeah, just don't
I
like
don't know what any of that means.
He's good.
He's good.
I never heard it before.
Amanda, do you have a longer bodied rabbit? Probably a doe.
Oh, she does.
His distance from here to here is short. His entire, once he's posed correctly, he is a short-bodied buck.
Compact.
He's putting all this in a short space. And that means we're driving this back up before it comes over, and that means the distance in the spinal column up here is longer than on a long-bodied rabbit, and it's causing more loin. And that's why they're wanting these rabbits way up here, because we're lengthening the distance in that low back spine to drive more loin.
Okay.
So they're wanting them short coupled, compact, short bodied, a very modern body.
My mandolin.
Pose her real quick.
She is.
That is post.
And actually her feet are way too far forward.
Yeah, but can you see how, once she gets her up, look at the distance from nose to butt. The length.
Oh yeah.
How there's no,
She's not one to pose.
I don't like
she's not built for it.
She's not built to pose.
No.
That's
She's built
about
for
as
that.
pose as she gets.
Yeah.
She's a long-bodied rabbit, and they don't want that anymore. The pictures in the standard at the moment
very narrow.
are actually a long-bodied rabbit, and that was traditional. That was classic.
Oh gosh, it has its mother's attitude. There you go. Top of its class.
Cute.
Little bitty babe.
I have the little kitty ones. And they're not in here, so I don't know. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I don't even know where
Now, are you going to show her?
He's gonna be
He.
going.
I'm sorry,
yeah,
he.
He's gonna be going to Stillwater with me next weekend. He can pose up better than this, though. Jim had him Jim knows how to pose rabbits.
Goose him.
Huh?
Goose his butt. Tell him to arch that spine up. Goose him.
Like, how?
Pinch that little nerve in that back of that spine. One moment.
I'll say, you have to show me because I don't know what that means.
He sure is pretty.
Oh, yeah. He got disqualified at Nationals.
For what?
No idea. They didn't really
find that out. That's kind of important.
Well, not disqualified. He got a no place.
Oh, that's different. Yeah, no.
Oh,
No place.
yeah.
Because there's so many. They kick half of them.
He was in like top 10, or he was like under the top. He was like
this is the
place
nail to
11 or
watch.
something like
It's a
that, and he
little
got
wider than
disqualified. And I was
the
like,
others.
oh.
And if you get an asshole judge, they don't like that.
Get him calmed down in the next week and take him. Well, he can't.
But I mean, his breeder's the one that got best
Fourth show
of
comes
breed
the-
with her black doe.
Can I ask how much he cost?
150.
Okay. I just want to put this on here so people kind of know what good show rabbits, the price range are for them. So they get a good idea and don't want to lowball people for good show rabbits.
He was 150. My doe that got best of variety at the show, she was 200.
She was 200.
She was 200.
She's beautiful though.
Yeah, well, she was in an auction, and I was like, hey, can
Oh, she was that one in the
outright-
auction.
Yeah, she was in the auction, started at 200. I was the only one that reached out to him to say anything.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, can I just offer you $200 for this? And he said, sure.
Yeah, that's a good price for her.
That
Yeah.
got Randy in trouble with the auction site,
Yeah, he said that.
which is funny.
I was like, next time, just send me them.
Yeah.
Hello. Hey, girl. We're looking at bunnies. We're looking at bunnies.
Those whites in his lines.
That's actually not the source, though.
Yeah.
The source was a rabbit he brought in to bring color in. Everything he has that has color, everything he has that isn't pale,
He needs a name.
has whites.
Freckles? No, just kidding.
So what did he bring in then?
A darker rabbit.
Just a red?
Darker rabbit he brought in from somewhere. And that gene is sticky. That gene is very hard to breed out.
This is actually the first time I've noticed it because I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I don't mess with this rabbit because I can't.
Oh, so you can use my
Yeah, all his
You just
darkers.
have some.
Right down here, see how he flinched when I hit
Okay.
it? Little pinchy fingers.
Huh.
And you watch. I'm going to cause this back to come up. Drove that back up. And if they're built right, they'll do that. That whole spine will come up.
Okay.
See, there, you're almost, but she's not built for it.
Okay.
She can't hold it. But your average rabbit will be sitting like this, pulling just slightly back.
Okay.
And that's how you bring that ass forward.
Huh.
Without bringing the lower feet up. You goose, and they bring that spine up. They go, ugh! So, it's goosey fingers.
Is that your buck?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your opinion of that one?
He's rough over the top.
He's also been off feed because he's in transition.
Everybody's off feed, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the one that you were worried about because he was getting thinner?
He's
Oh,
soft.
okay. I gotcha.
Yeah, I'm
He doesn't look as bad as I thought he did.
Yeah,
No.
Judges are being weird with soft coats, and the older guys are saying that the judges today are allowing coats to be softer than they used to be. That 20 years ago, coats were not this soft, but they're almost encouraging it today. So I'm a little torn on soft coats. I personally like a very soft coat, but I was a Rex breeder. That kind of comes with the territory. I like the touch. I want to touch the bunny. But the older guys will tell you that that's not actually what is called for. But it's what is placing. Just like these short couple bodies is not what is called for currently, but is what is placing. And cows just fix that.
But he was also in really good condition. He wasn't off feed since Nationals.
Hi.
He's just real skittish about things.
Hi.
Because when he had him posed up, I mean, he looked like he had a very strong shoulder.
See, I can't. You'll see when I move him up. You'll see the start right there doesn't come up.
Yeah.
So he starts down here. Now the other trick I do is I get him posed just kind of normally, but a little posed. And I take my index finger and I drive it down into the neck, into that hole. Now I'm not hard, but I'm firm. And I find basically where that starts. And I start coming up and I follow it. Now there was a vein there, so you kind of got to go over that. But I follow it and I look for where the angle changes. And on most reds, what you get is right there, you'll feel it. There's that angle change, and that spine is really wonky right there. So in truth, not in
Practice.
not in visual, but in truth, he peaks here.
Okay.
His spine is built for here. And so he's a different angle here, which is why he appears wonky, instead of starting that height all the way and bringing it all the way back.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with that. Lots of rabbits on the table are placing that way today, but it does make it harder to get that deep shoulder. Until the height starts down here, you can't get the depth, and until the height stays coming out, you can't get that late turn of the hip. There was the words, turn of the hip, turn over the hip. So this is what I'm fighting. This is one of the spots that's really been giving me fuss lately. But I think everybody's fighting it, at least in reds. Because if you look at him from down, that's kind of miserable.
Yeah.
It's kind of miserable. See, she's good. Her feet aren't terrible this direction. A little in. A little bit of a V. A little bit of a V here. But not terrible. But the fact that they sit so close when she's sitting, you have to really watch that. And that was what I brought Bullet in for. Because Bullet has that nice width
Right.
that puts them right here.
Okay.
Opens that up.
So, type-wise, should I hang on to her and make her a brood doe?
Is she going to make weight?
I don't know. Let me see how old she is.
Long in the front, but not terrible. She's at a wonky stage in the front.
3.5 months.
Oh, she's fine. She's fine.
Well, 3 months, 3 weeks. She'll be 4 months, May 7th.
I think she's... I like the depth of shoulder. See how she starts way up in the ear? Now, it does look artificially high because her ears are super short. She's got winter ears. That's fine. But she's got good depth of shoulder. It's this little dip I'm a little worried about because she's so young yet. She's going to lengthen at that 4 to 5 month mark. You know this. Still like that depth of color. Just the slightest bit pinched, but it really is just the heel set that concerns me here. You need that loin to come in. At the moment, she's all thigh. So am I. We just don't have anything here. And we're actually peaking that loin way up here. She's got way more loin than she does at correct hip. What we call hip, which is not actually hip. The term hip, not the real hip. Little flanky there, but she's young. She's a baby. It's time to come in.
Let her grow out more?
Yeah. Hey, grow that out. If you don't grow that out, somebody should. Yes. Groundhogs and gophers over there.
Oh,
Not nearly as good a rabbit.
Nope. The boys aren't near as big.
They never are. But that's allowed, you know? He profiles correctly. Right up there. I mean, that's just about textbook. He's just narrow. Yeah. They're showable, but you have to show them against broken blacks and broken blues, which are so much better genetically. We can't breed into them, so it's really, really, really hard to compete. A little weak in the loin, but I mean the big thing is width here, really narrow. But they come into that with age. You're a baby. I like the profile. Depends on what you need type-wise. I mean, you're profiling really well there. That is just, you still got the wonky spot there. So that means if I...
Yeah.
See how I can drive him up into it? His spine actually flexes here, not here. We've got to fix that. But he sits fine. He's really, really close.
So he's worth growing out a little longer. I will let a doe slide before I will a buck.
What does unset mean?
Unset. You hit down too hard on it, sometimes it like freaks you.
Yeah, 7 minutes.
Huh?
Right at 7.
no, you're fine.
Jump in front of the camera if we had it going.
I can always take out things
Oh, that's good.
before I edit them.
Are you done? Are you done?
He says no.
Thank you.
I missed flying myself right off.
You want to do it again? I'll let you. You won't do it a couple times.
See, I even like her fur better than his.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Or either of the bucks.
Oh yeah. She's just the better of the three. Without a doubt. Yeah, he just
That's
don't
what
want to
I
play.
want. I want the does to be the better.
He just doesn't want to play. He's telling me he's long in the shoulder, but look what he's doing. He's
Yeah.
Some days you raise Flemish rabbits, you just really do.
Sometimes I think does are just the better for the show table than the bucks all the way around. Is that not a true statement?
Just the opposite.
Mine's
No.
a very much opposite.
Buck.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In part because the does are hormonal.
Oh.
Once they start cycling, they're begging to be bred. The stress at the show makes them want to breed.
Oh,
They
okay.
get up there, they won't sit. Half the time they're blowing fur because they're wanting to breed. The fur is just not holding condition.
Bucks are easier to show.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I
bucks
didn't
are
know
often
that.
more affectionate.
They
Bucks
are.
more affectionate.
That is a true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And so they'll get up there and be less likely to want me to judge.
That is a true statement.
No, instead they just want cuddles from the judge.
Right.
They don't leave them alone. Cooper.
He's better
Cooper.
in the back than the other one. But there is a long shoulder. And it's going to be long.
How do you tell?
Okay. And just, no matter how much I drive him forward, can't make that space go away.
So he needs to be cold.
Unless you really need him. Because this is gonna lengthen. When he hits 4 to 5 months, he's gonna lengthen out here, and he's just gonna be built like that.
Yeah.
That's where he's gonna be in 3 If you wanted to hold something, hold him. Worry about the shoulder. But he doesn't have color. He's got stray whites. The shoulder's a mess. But I've seen worse. And maybe you get lucky and he doesn't lengthen. You know, sometimes we get one who doesn't. I don't usually see that.
Okay, so then on these three, we're looking at September show. That would be the only reason I would hang on to these bucks. Because I don't plan on using them. I'm very picky about my
How old will
bucks.
they be in September? I can't, my head is
Well, in
too
May,
fuzzy.
they're going to be, first part of May, they'll be 4 months. So,
June, July, August, September, so it'll be 8. So they'll be just turning senior. And if you wanted to show young seniors, they would be in young senior prime. You know, you should be priming it between 6 and 8 months. You would be young senior prime if you wanted to put a young senior on the table.
yeah. Because I don't think either one of them are good enough to go to a show right now.
Unless he young senior primes well and darkens.
Right.
I don't think he's going to hold his own against everything else we're going to put on the table. He would just be points.
It would just be padding
It'd
a
be points.
class and
Yeah.
points.
See, and just for cage space and everything else,
She just said she needed a good buck.
Taking, he's got all the depth for days. You will have to take your plastic resting mat out in order for him to get traction. Being an older buck, his feet doesn't stick. Sometimes they fall off from under him. It's a weird thing, but I've been using him. She was having some trouble, and so at first I had trouble getting him to work on a doe, but he's been on multiple does this month.
He has 2 litters sitting right here.
now is this
That's fine.